YouTubers, Tracy Arco here, and this is my video blog about rape and my experience that I had, and maybe if I share my experience with you, it can help you if you've also been sexually assaulted. My situation was somebody I had gone out with in the past, and they stalked me, and then my assault happened. So I don't really have any experience with, incest or, long-term sexual abuse or domestic violence. A little bit with domestic violence, but not really. But I hope I can just maybe help you with rape, because I think most rape is whether it's stranger rape or somebody you know, I think we go through a lot of the same things. I'm in my 9th year of recovery, so I've had a long time to gather my thoughts, and I've learned a lot along the way, and so if there's anything maybe I can help you, then from my experience would help you, then that would be great. And I kind of want to keep it short today. I would like to know what kind of questions you have. I can't answer legal questions. I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you what happened with me, because I did eventually report. So I mean, there's some things that you can ask me, and I think you can email me here, and maybe I can address something directly from my experience if you tell me what you're wondering about. Like I said, I want to keep this short today, but I wanted to let you know that, I wish that there had been a video blog like this out there for me, and, I can't be there with you, but, maybe I can help you from here, and that would be great. So, let me know what you need. First of all, I just want to say that, whenever you're sexually assaulted, there is so much shock and disbelief and embarrassment. For me, I was so embarrassed. I could not go to the police because it was so embarrassing. And finally, almost 5 years later, the statute of limitations was running out, and I was able to go because all the reasons that kept me from reporting the rape, all those reasons kind of just blew up, and so there was no reason not to report anymore. Well, there was, but that's another story. And luckily for me, in my state, they had just extended the statute of limitations to 10 years. And it was hard, because, the best thing to do is to report it as soon as it happens. The best thing to do. But emotionally, it's really hard. So I really, hope that you can report, but if you can't, and you can't go to the emergency room, I've been there. So maybe I can be of some help. There was nothing like, I can say this though, there was nothing like duking it out in court, and we'll talk about that later, but it really, really is good, because these perpetrators don't stop. And if you're like me, maybe in your situation, I thought this was an isolated incident. I thought this guy, I didn't know him really well, and I thought, well, just a one-time thing. Well, I found out it wasn't a one-time thing, at least to these other girls that had accused him, but no one had gone to the police. And so, that's part of why I really encourage you to go to the police, because had one of them gone to the police, and I understand why they didn't, but had somebody, in the 10 years before my rape gone to the police, this guy might not have raped me, or the people after me. And if I had gone to the police sooner, then maybe these other people wouldn't have gotten raped. And I can't say for sure that they were raped, because he was never convicted, but he was accused, and to have that many people accusing somebody of something, that's a little fishy, when none of us know one another, But anyway, so we'll talk about that more, because that's really important, like that whole legal process. But the first thing that I wanted to do was take care of myself, and maybe you're that way too. And I didn't really want to accept what happened, because it's really hard to accept. It's hard to believe somebody would do something that awful. And most rape is premeditated, so the fact that they thought it out first, and why did they pick you? And I understand there's a lot going on, so I recommend really strongly and I didn't do this, and I wish one of my friends or somebody would have suggested it to me. I didn't call a rape crisis center because I was in denial. And you try to minimize. A lot of times you try to minimize. So get out of denial enough to make the phone call, because it's really helpful. And if you're a friend and maybe they've been sexually assaulted, or just recently, or in the future somebody's sexually assaulted that you know, really, really, really help them. Maybe dial the number for them. And you can go to rainn.org, or is it rainn.com? Can't remember. RAINN. And they have a list of facilities and all the different agencies and whatnot across the United States. You can also look in the phone book, and you could probably call the police department. You can call the non-emergency number if you don't want to make a report. You can just ask them, is there a rape crisis center? That works. And so anyway, do what you can, because sometimes there's a waiting period because there's not enough resources for the amount of people that need the help. So see what works out for you, but I really encourage that. And one note on that is that, sometimes the wrong person talks to you, or I don't know. I'll just tell you what happened to me, and I don't know what the lady's problem was. But I went to the Rape Crisis Center. I was talking to an intern, and a supervisor got involved and decided to come in, or whatever, maybe because this person was training. And she said, I don't believe you were raped. You just need to go see a psychiatrist and get some medication. Yeah, you're depressed. That's what okay. She said, you're depressed. You need to go to a psychiatrist and get some medication. Well, I think most people that are raped go through a depression. And then secondly, I had a newborn baby, and I wasn't sleeping because of the colic and whatnot. So, and when I said that, she said, well, that's a symptom of depression. You're not sleeping. I was like, lady, I have a baby up all night screaming. How can I sleep? So, be aware that happens. And, sometimes, even sad to say, but sometimes there have been law enforcement that has told somebody you weren't raped, and they really were. So, and I'll go over what happened with me with law enforcement too down the line. But I did go find another place to get counseling, and that was really, really helpful. So, you need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing before, I don't know. You just need, as much as you probably want to be talked out of it, you need to recover from this, because if you don't get treatment and you don't recover, your life just isn't going to be the same. It's altered anyway because of a sexual assault, but let me tell you, from getting help and seeing people that haven't gotten help, it really makes a big difference. And I know you can't see any scars on the outside, but there's scars on the inside, and it really, really helps to get counseling and to get involved in a support group if you can, or whatever. So, each of us have a unique circumstance, but we go through pretty much the same thing. You go through the denial, and you go through the grieving and all that, and you really need to have someone help you through it, because statistically, rape victims go through a lot of medical problems. As time goes on, if they don't get treatment, you can fall into addictions, any different kind of addictions, even sexual addictions. You can fall into gambling addictions, drug addictions, alcohol addictions. So, for the good of your life, it may have been shattered, and you may be shattered right now, but you don't have to stay shattered. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There really is. I can promise you that. And so you just have to find it. And it can, sometimes it takes a long time, but every day you put that foot in front of the next foot, and you just keep going. So I'm going to end it here, and hopefully come back to see you soon. Just drop me a line. Let me know if there's something pressing for you, and I'll see what my experience taught me or showed me, and I can share it with you. Okay, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.